Hello and welcome to the Gamer Girl Podcast. I'm one of your two fabulous co-hosts, Beth, and we are joined by the other half of the podcast, my wonderful co-hostess, Maddie.
Hello.
Today we're talking about 2024. But first, let's break ice with today's icebreaker.
So, since we're talking about all the best things in 2024, my icebreaker is I want to know, what is your favorite movie that you watched in 2024? And you could do like from 2024 or just something you watched in general. I know this might be hard to think of off the top of your head. I don't know. Or maybe it's really easy.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I can think of a couple ones that I saw towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
There were a lot of good movies that I watched, though, that came out this year. So for me, it's probably, though, either Sonic the Hedgehog 3 or The Fall Guy. I thought The Fall Guy was really funny, and I really liked it.
Okay, that's good to know, because I thought about watching that, but I haven't.
I really liked it.
Okay.
Oh, and then
Yeah.
Transformers 1. Transformers 1 was amazing. I can't believe I forgot that one.
Is that what launched you into your entire obsession?
So, I kinda have always liked Transformers. And then I had a friend who also is in Transformers, and she was like, "Hey, you wanna go watch Transformers 1 with me?" I was like, "Sure, why not?" 'Cause I like Transformers. And then I watched it, and now I'm obsessed. Like, way more than I ever was before. And then I've watched the first two Bayverse movies, which I really liked, so I'll honorable mention those too. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, I'm also curious while we're talking about this, do you have a least favorite?
A least favorite?
Yeah. It's like, is there anything that came out this year that you were just like, this is horrible. Why does anyone pay to go see this?
I
Probably.
I don't usually watch movies and then hate them.
Okay.
But I don't know. Out of all the movies I watched, maybe Wicked, because I didn't watch like any bad movies, but on the list I think Wicked's probably at the bottom. Or
Really?
bad, or I don't know.
Hot takes over here.
I didn't watch like any bad movies though, is the thing.
Yeah.
So the worst is still a really good movie. But
Yeah.
yeah.
That's funny because this is such a basic answer, and honestly, I went into it thinking I wouldn't like it that much. But Wicked might be one of my favorite things I watched this year, if not my favorite. I saw it in the theater twice, and it takes a lot for me to be entertained straight for almost 3 hours. And I just love the whole thing. So that,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I just remembered a movie. I'm looking and I just remembered a movie I saw and it was the worst movie.
Okay.
Descendants Rise of Red. That movie
Oh,
was really bad.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
And I was sad because I really liked the other three Descendants movies, but
Yeah.
oh well.
So I think my other favorite movie that I saw this year was probably Inside Out 2. You've seen that, right?
I have
No?
not seen it yet.
Oh. Oh,
I have
okay.
not
Wow.
seen it yet.
That is a must. I'm assuming you like the first one. I
I
hope.
did like the first one. I just
Okay.
haven't had well, I've had time, but I just haven't watched it yet.
Yeah. Well, fantastic. Like, honestly, just as good as the first one. Like, absolutely worth the watch. Um, yeah, I feel like those are two pretty, like, answers that you would expect as far as movies that came out this year. Um, if I had to guess, if I were to see it, I would probably put Mufasa on the bottom, but I haven't actually watched Mufasa, so but I'm just gonna hate it beforehand. Um,
Yeah.
but there is a movie though that I read the book first, and it's called Someone Like You. It's a Christian novel, and I I enjoyed the book for what it was. Like, I thought it was an interesting story. There were aspects. It's really impossible for me to talk about it without spoiling it, but I don't know why when I watched the movie, I realized everything that I didn't like about the main character was just like so much more in the movie, and I was actually like, you'd have to just watch it to understand why, but I was just like, I wanted to like chokehold the main character. Like, the whole time I was watching this movie, I was like with my family, and they're just like watching it. I'm just over here like, oh no, why? What do you do? What's wrong with you? Um, I was I I got way too worked up over a simple love story, honestly. So yeah, that's my answer to that.
Good deal. Um, my question is, which I think I might know the answer, is what was the best thing you did in 2024? Like, what is your favorite memory of 2024?
Um, I was going to like come up with some kind of joke answer to make you upset, but I can't think of anything, so I'm just gonna
Oh,
state the obvious, which was going to Japan with you.
yeah, that's what I thought, and that's mine as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't believe it's already been like half a year.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's crazy. But great summer.
it was a great summer. I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah. In fact, in a Discord I'm in, someone just said that they're going to go to Japan this coming summer. And I told them when I went this past summer, because they were talking about how they don't know how they're going to be able to like buy and fit all the stuff that they want, like can't even begin to fathom. And I was like, well, you could do what I did and stuff all of your clothes in your backpack as much as you can, and then buy as much as humanly possible and stuff it in your suitcase. And I said, because, clothes can be replaced. Nintendo merch from Japan cannot be replaced or bought anywhere else for the price or at
I
all.
mean, yeah.
So, priorities.
Yeah, or just, bring a duffel bag inside of your big suitcase you're bringing, and then just make sure you can fit everything in that duffel bag, and then end up also putting stuff in the big bag that you brought as well.
That was
Um,
smart. That
yeah.
was,
I was thinking really hard about how can I get as much of Japan as possible into a suitcase.
yes.
And it
And
worked.
and now my living space is just a Nintendo shrine of it's people that are not nerds are like, okay. But, you know, I don't, my cool friends are nerds, so, it doesn't matter what others think. Yeah,
Exactly.
I can do whatever I want. I just want a wall of Pokemon plushes and um, Totoro everywhere and free Ren posters and
Yeah.
yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. So next up, what have you been playing? So, we're doing this a bit different than usual. We're going to talk about our favorite games we played in 2024. Because I feel like if we talk about what we played in 2024, that might take a while. But
Oh, yeah. Every single game that we opened in 2024.
I opened such and such game for like 2 minutes.
I
Yeah.
I am it was sort of I guess you could call it a New Year's resolution this year. I am keeping a list of every game that I play or replay, and same with anime, TV, movies. So that'll be interesting to look back at because I feel like it gets hard to remember by the end, like what you were doing the first half of the year. So, but as for we're doing any game, right? Like it didn't have to come out.
It didn't have to come out this year, in 2024.
Okay.
It could be a game from 1990 if you played it and you liked it, which I actually have a game from the 90s that I think I might shout out.
Okay.
But so
Do you want to like take turns
we
maybe?
can.
Okay. Um I feel like that might make help the conversation go. So, I'll okay. Hmm. Do we want to talk about like our favorite thing or like lead up to favorite or does it not matter?
I don't think it matters. I mean,
Okay.
if you want to save like your most favorite for last, you can. But
Hmm. I think I just want to get it out of the way immediately. So, cuz I just want to talk about it anyway. So, my favorite game shockingly that I played this year, well maybe not shockingly, I don't know. But Celeste I consider my favorite game that I played this year, which is funny because it was supposed to be a punishment for getting 100 Discord members, but it's such a good game. It's so well made. I love the style of it. I feel like maybe I'm a slightly competent competent at platformers now, but it's just so well made. The soundtrack, the story, just everything. I love it. And I'm looking forward to continuing finishing it and doing the B-sides. And I'll probably be done with it after the B-sides. But we'll see. Yeah.
yeah, I think I'll probably go with my favorite then first. Echoes of Wisdom. That game was I love it. I like it reminded me a bit of Breath of the Wild, how it rewrote the Zelda formula looking back at it. Granted, Breath of the Wild was my first game, but anyways, I really liked how it rewrote the traditional Zelda formula. And it was like, so this is how you know Zelda, but this is how it's gonna be in this game. And I really liked that and it was really fun. And I liked how you could skip certain things like the water dungeon, you can skip the second half of it by just go grabbing the boss key and then using um a wall spider to like climb up if you're speed running. Um but just And I liked how there was multiple ways to solve a puzzle. It wasn't, oh, there's only one way. You could think more outside the box with it, and I thought that was really cool. I still haven't finished it, which I'll talk more about later. Um, but that was probably my favorite game I played this year, or this past year, I guess, since
Yeah.
we're recording this in 2025.
Yeah. Cool. Um, yeah, that is a huge thing on my to-do list because I haven't even gotten Echoes of Wisdom, and I'm a bad Nintendo fan. It needs to happen because because Breath of the Wild is awesome, but I absolutely adore the style of Link's Awakening. So I know I'll love it. So I just need to get it. But anyway, um, next up, I want to talk about Mario Party Jamboree, which did come out this year. And at first, I wasn't actually planning on getting it because I was like, well, we already have Superstars, which is like a solid Mario Party game, and I had felt burned by Super Mario Party. So I was like, do I really need another Mario Party game? Like, especially since the Switch is almost at its end, although Switch games will almost certainly be compatible on the next system, so it doesn't really matter. But this was my thought process in my mind. But then as this game came out and people were just talking about all the stuff that it had to offer, I decided to pick it up. And yeah, honestly, forget Super and Superstars. Like they don't need to exist. Like this has so much. So many boards, so many extra modes. New things introduced to the series, like pro mode is interesting. Just it's just like it feels like how the older Mario parties did, where you can actually get angry at each other in the best way possible. Like I want to strangle my friends by the end of it because of the mini games and because of not just RNG, but you know what I mean. Like this just feels like how Mario Party should be. So, and yeah, I love this game, which um you need to pick it up. Please, I'm
Yeah,
begging you. I'm begging you.
yeah, it would be a fun game to stream, honestly. But yeah,
Yeah.
I really need to buy it. Um, Next up, let's see. I need to think. Oh, I can talk about a game that Maddie is well acquainted with, Fire Emblem for the GBA or the Game Boy.
Yay.
Um, Maybe is it Game Boy Advance? Yeah, it's Game Boy Advance.
Yes.
Um, so yeah, I was decided to I finally got the Delta emulator on my phone and I decided I really wanted to play Fire Emblem. So I started playing it and I got really far all the way through like the first chapter or the first chapter section, like big section. Um and I helped oh my gosh, what's the girl? Why am I blinking?
I don't
Um
remember the names anymore, to be honest, except
main
for Matthew because of
Oh yeah.
stream.
Main character girl in Fire. I feel like this is so bad.
It's
It's not Byleth.
it's on the top. Does it start with a T?
No, it has like a funky
Wait, I thought
word
you
in
put
it.
your own name into the game when you
Oh
start.
yeah, for the main character, but like it's the other Lynn. Lynn.
Oh, Lynn. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes. Lynn. I helped Lynn. I finished the whole storyline with Lynn, and I helped her find her grandpa. Which that
Nice.
was really fun. Nobody died. I was so proud of myself.
Nice.
But I still need to finish that one too, but I really am enjoying it and having a lot of fun with it. And having on my phone, I tend to play it more, and it's really nice because I can do it offline. Whereas like Genshin Impact on my phone, I have to have internet. But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I guess while we're on the topic of Fire Emblem, I'll talk about I played through Fire Emblem Engage earlier this year or
nice.
this past year, and yeah, it was very solid, just a very solid Fire Emblem game. Didn't do anything too crazy. Like honestly, the whole like thing with the ring and bringing back the past characters was kind of underwhelming to me. Also, but that I think a big reason for that is the story was extremely mediocre. Like they could have done made it interesting in any way at all, and I just stopped. I just started skipping the cutscenes like very early into the game. Like it's just not. It's just I don't know. It's just nothing. I don't know. Nothing's happening. It doesn't. But that's okay because if you like the battles, you can like what's great about the newer Fire Emblem games is that you can basically change it to however you want your playstyle to be like as difficult as you want it to be if you want permadeath or not, which that's something that surprised me about going back to playing Fire Emblem on the Game Boy Advance is that was the first time I had played with permadeath because I'd only played the newer ones up to that point and I always just thought I couldn't handle it. And so I played Engage with permadeath off, but I actually kind of want to go back and play it with it on because I realized that I kind of like like how I have to be more strategic and you can rewind battles and Engage. So there's not really much repercussion to messing up anyway. But I think the main the main thing that Engage has going for it compared to playing to one of the older ones is that there is a whole lot more battlefield variety. However, some of them drove me entirely insane. And like if you've played Engage, people listening, you might know what I'm talking about. There's one specifically I have in mind that I was so angry, but that's okay. Anyway, that's my rant on Engage.
Nice. Um, I thought about picking it up, so maybe I shouldn't. I don't know.
No, like I think it's worth it. I think if you don't care about story and just want to do battles. And I feel like if you liked Fire Emblem, like you know what you're getting yourself into. But it's not like Three Houses where there's like a whole bunch of stuff to do in between battles. Like you're in the whole like world of the monastery and like mini games and character building, like building relationships with characters and stuff. Engage doesn't really have any of that. There's like a little hub that you can like go around and like shops and different things, but there's really barely any like I don't know, like interacting with characters
No
is
tea time?
nope.
I've
So if that's what you want, then I would say get Three Houses.
also looked at Three Houses. I think I'm gonna have to get Three Houses then. No tea time?
I know, right?
um. Okay. My turn, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Um. Next. Um. Spy X Anya Operation Memories. I did stream this game a little bit, but I love this game. I have fallen in love with this game. I have seen people though like comparing it to Bluey because it's kind of like you just go through it on it's like it is a bit of a cycle, but I think I'm so in love with the Spy X Family universe that I don't really care. Um but I really think the mini games in it are really fun and engaging. And the fact that I mean, it is a bit annoying to have to go back to a place again for an outing and have to find a new picture spot, or going to school and then having to find a new picture spot. Um, Especially since I don't think you can sprint, if I recall, and Anya doesn't run very fast. So it can be a bit tedious, but I don't know. I think it is also cute though how you can like change their outfits and you can do all that and then get different pictures and you can do like different expressions and stuff. But so that's another one for me.
Nice. Yeah, I did see, I haven't played it, but I saw your streams of it a little bit, and it did look fun. So I might have to pick it up sometime. My next game that I want to talk about is Elebits for the Nintendo Wii. I will take any opportunity there is. Did you freeze or
No.
no? Okay, okay.
Okay, no.
Okay.
Sorry.
I was just worried for a second. Um I will take any opportunity ever to talk about this game if you're curious what it is. It was a launch title for the Wii, but I didn't know that. I didn't even know this game existed until I won it on a Free Stuff Friday.
Oh, I know what this is.
In Retro Logic. So shout out to them. And yeah, this game is like just you're in this home and there's different rooms and levels and you're shooting these little things called these little Pikmin looking creatures called Elebits that they like power electricity to all the things in the home. And you're a kid that's angry because your parents basically abandoned you in their pursuit of science and learning about these Elebits. So you're like, well, screw the Elebit, I'm just going to shoot them all. So that's what you do. You just utterly destroy this house, shooting up these Elebits. And it's so satisfying. I don't know why, but it is so satisfying. Like I can play these same levels over. It's not a big game. There's only like 10 main levels in the story, and then there's like some extra stuff you can do that like there's like you can like create there's sort of a level builder I haven't really messed with much. So I don't really know much about that. I don't think you can really change things that much. So I don't know. But anyway, yeah, it's so great. I think I also just I love the just nostalgia of having a Wii remote in my hand and pointing at the screen and shooting things too. So I would love a sequel to this game on the Switch. It probably wouldn't be the same, but yeah, it's just so fun. So yeah, I was very pleasantly surprised by how much I enjoyed that game.
Nice. So I know I've talked about this game a bit before because it finally came to the Switch and I picked it up fairly quickly. But also, I mean, I love cats, so I love this game. But Stray, which I thought it was funny how I bought Stray, and then like a month later, I finally bought a PS5, and I was like, why?
Yeah.
But because Stray does look pretty on the Switch, but I feel like it'll probably look way better on PS5. I might end up buying it again. I don't know if it goes on sale. because they got it on sale for like over 50% off on the Switch. So
You're good.
going
I
to
bet
try.
you'll double dip.
I'll probably double dip just because I was like, um. But I love the puzzle solving in it. Which is one thing I noticed about this year is I got more into puzzle solving games. Like I haven't really. I mean, I've played Zelda, but I haven't really been too deep into puzzle solving games. Um, and I love Stray, and I'm probably gonna stream it sometime this year. Um, we'll have to wait and see, but
Yeah.
yeah. What about
No,
you, Maddie? Which do you
let's
have any more?
see. Um, I did want to shout out when we played through The Legend of Zelda Four Swords Adventure.
That was a really fun time.
That speaking of puzzle solving, because
Yeah.
that was honestly, I think probably the most creative four-player game I've played. Like that, like you have puzzles to solve that all four people are like needed equally is crazy. Because like I like there's some good like co-op games out there, but yeah, I like literally the only thing I think that's not like the only thing I don't like about Four Swords is that it's short. Like I just want more of it because it was great. It was fun. So yeah, that was a fun time, and I'm glad that it's on NSO online because that makes it way easier to play.
Yeah, I remember yelling. Um, but I don't know. Which I think is always fun with those like multiplayer puzzle solvers is that it is kind of funny to see though like, oh my gosh, just go here. Um, but I feel like it doesn't get as nearly as crazy as Mario Kart or Mario Party.
Yeah, or
But
like Overcooked.
we
It's
need to stream
trauma.
Overcooked. We
Oh
need to
my
stream
gosh.
Overcooked.
If we do that, give me like a month to train, cause that game is stressful.
It really is. I
But yeah,
agree with you there.
yeah. Um, do you have anything else?
Um, I think. Well, I did Luigi's Mansion 3 and I've been playing through that. That one I've gone into the Luigi's Mansion games too. So,
Okay.
but other than that I can't really. I mean, I'm looking at my Switch and I can't really think of anything. Oh, I thought Hollow Knight.
Oh.
I started Hollow Knight and then actually started Hollow Knight. Um but
How's
that
it
game's
going?
it's really fun. But I don't like how I don't know where I'm supposed to go. Like, it's
Yeah.
there's no clear direction. Maybe that's because I'm skipping dialogue. Like what happens when I streamed it, the first part. But,
Was
um,
chat like yelling at you? Like, go do this.
well, Octoboy was like, hey, the guy you skipped the dialogue of, he told you to go this way back to his shop. Um, so yeah, I was like, oh, okay. Thanks. But I think 112% is gonna be fun. Yeah, I don't know. I might end up falling in love with the game, but hopefully I
Or
don't hopefully I don't die like 5,000 times though.
yeah, that was I've seen some of Hollow Knight and honestly just the backtracking and the figuring out what you're doing was my biggest turn away from that. And the genre of Metroidvanias in general, I'm very unfamiliar with. But when you're done with Hollow Knight, you have a new one to play after that. Because
Which it,
of our indie game Secret Santa exchange.
oh yeah, I have Hades to play.
Which and you said you were gonna stream whatever you got. So this
I
you're
know.
legally obligated.
Yeah,
So I cannot wait for that.
yeah.
And mine was a very similar to Fire Emblem looking game called Langrisser.
Mm.
I don't know. I probably won't stream it. I haven't started it yet. If I think it's a good stream game, then I will. But the one like issue with Fire Emblem was that the battles took a long time, and I felt like chat was with every battle, I felt like chat was just getting bored and just wanting it to be over so that we could go back to voice acting the characters. So, and I don't know if I want to repeat that experience. At least not now. Maybe give it some time. But yeah, we'll see. Anyway, I did have one more thing I wanted to shout out. That comes to mind when I just think about this year as a whole, even though it's not a new game or new game to me by any means. But I want to talk about. I played a lot of Splatoon 3 and all of the Splatfests.
Same.
Pretty. So I put a lot of hours into Splatoon 3 this past year, but specifically, I just wanted to shout out the Grand Fest because that was just a fantastic weekend event. Like they really outdid themselves with the whole like area with all the concerts, the whole vibe of it all of the music, all of the music in the battles, the ink colors, the stages. It just was so fun and it was just great. And I will think about it fondly, but we probably never have something like this again for another like 5 years.
Yep.
So, yeah, just wanted to shout that out.
Yeah. Also, you talking about voice acting reminded me of the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog, which we need
Oh,
to
yeah,
finish.
we
Um,
do.
but I had a lot of fun playing that, and I had a lot of fun with all the voice acting.
Yes, that was great. Oh, which I forgot to mention Ace Attorney
Oh
as
yeah.
well. Similar thing on my streams. So that's also been a really great one that needs to get finished this year. Maybe the whole series. There's a lot of Ace Attorney games.
Yeah.
So that's probably not happening. But just the first one at least.
I think that's everything. Do you have any other games you want to shout out?
Not that I can think of.
Oh, well, I mean, I guess I can quickly say Genshin Impact because 5.0 was really fun. Um, but can't think of any. I think that's it. So, um,
Oh, I guess TCG Pocket if that counts.
oh yeah, I totally forgot. Yeah, TCG Pocket, which quick tangent. The fact that the rumor, I'm really hoping the rumor isn't true that you can only trade 1-star cards. I'm really hoping that's not true, but
Yeah. So
because
I saw the conversation about that going on in our Discord, and I'm, I, I'm sorry, you guys are probably angry at me for saying this, but my guess, my speculation is what they're gonna do is it's gonna be 1 star for regular people, and then if you're a subscriber, maybe you can trade with
Yeah.
other subscribers at higher tiers, which would make me pretty upset, but it does make a lot of sense for them to do something like that as an incentive for people to subscribe. So it would feel really messed up, but I think they kind of have to. They don't have to do something like this, but like since everyone collectively is opening 2 packs a day, it makes it if you can just trade whatever you want with any of your friends, you're going to complete all those packs, all of the sets from now on, like really easily, which is fine, except that they want money and they want to keep you coming back. So
Yeah.
just the realistic part of my brain is like it just makes too much sense. It's sad, but
Oh well.
yeah. And I have like 3 cards left to get in Mythical Island, and I'm actually dying. It I am very absorbed into this game. I know last podcast episode I was like, well things have changed, okay? And I went a week like very religiously playing this game and battling, and it was like the only thing I played last week. And I had to put the brakes on my TCG pocket. Like I'm just opening packs still, but anyway. I really want to complete Mythical Island and it's
Yeah, I just want my immersive Mewtwo EX for genetic apex, and the game won't give me it. And I'm so frustrated. I have
yeah.
worse luck. I thought my Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail luck couldn't get any worse. And then I played Pokemon TCG, and my luck is way worse. And it makes Genshin Impact and Honkai seem like a breeze, and like I have the best luck ever.
Yeah.
Anyways, any other games you can spontaneously think of? But
No. Probably after recording, some will come to mind and I'll be like, but
yeah, that
I'll
always
talk about them in
happens.
the Discord if that happens.
Yeah. So next up, reviews. We don't have any reviews. I don't think we have any reviews from 2024 in general that I could shout out.
Wow.
Well, we have one. We have a review from 2024 I can shout out again on Apple Podcasts. May 13th, 2024 from Kitties2882. Titled Really Good in all caps. I have only listened to the first episode, but I can already tell that it's going to be good. Thumbs up emoji.
Wait, thumbs up is sometimes used passive aggressively, so I'm not sure about that. I'm just kidding. The first No, don't start on the first episode. If you're hearing
The
this,
first episode is so.
oh,
The editing, the audio, we had no idea what we were doing. It's fine.
we had never podcasted, period. Oh, no.
It's not as bad as Off the Walls, though. In my opinion.
Or throw them under the bus. Wow.
I could throw them under the bus.
Our competitor podcast in the Radio Chaos family.
Yeah.
Episode
Who finally posted?
Oh, yeah. They
And
took
I
like
need to
a
listen to that
year-long
episode.
break.
They did, which I can actually check to see if it really was a year long. I think it was. Okay, it was. No, it
was it? There's no way. It's been like 6 months, maybe.
No, the last one was on the 1st of February.
Wait, what? There's no way.
Yeah, before the one they just dropped.
Because they had to like change their podcast feed. No. Are you on the right feed? Because this see June 8th, 2024.
Oh.
Oh wait. Sorry, wait, no. August 22nd. No, that's the wrong.
Oh.
Wait.
I'm looking on
Their YouTube?
Apple. I'm on Apple. YouTube, well, YouTube, I guess, might be different.
Oh wait, here's
I'm checking
okay,
YouTube.
now I'm very
We have to
confused.
figure out.
I'm seeing August 22nd on Spotify. They definitely released episodes in June.
So
Lots in
I'm
June.
seeing Off the Wall 60 is the 61. Okay, Off the Wall 61 was on August 2024. I'm trying to figure out though, because that's on YouTube. So I know their feed got messed up, but because then Apple Podcasts is not even close to being up to date. So they may have just stopped doing off the on Apple then.
Cool. Yeah, Spotify they had February, June, and August.
Okay, that's weird. There's 2 different Off the Walls.
Yeah, because they because they use Spotify for podcasters, but they had to like remake it.
So the last one was August then, yeah.
Yeah.
They have a 1-star review on Apple. That's sad.
Oh, wow. Have I left them a review? Let's see.
I haven't left them a review on the new feed yet.
Let's see. You can't.
So what do I do with the old show then?
Burn it.
Burn it?
Hold on. Have I left the new feed a review?
I don't know.
It's not leaving me the option to, so I assume I have. Or I don't know how to, because I don't see any area to. That's weird.
Okay.
We should leave them a review live on air.
Okay. 5-star review titled The Lesser of Radio. Good podcast. Oh, you know what? Okay podcast. And capital O, capital K. This podcast is mid, but still enjoyable.
Okay, are you on the new feed? Because I found the new feed on Apple Podcasts.
I'm on the new. I found the new feed on Apple.
Okay, I'm gonna write a review as well.
I enjoy listening to the lesser podcast on Radio Chaos. Talk about video games. 10 out of 10 would recommend. And then I'm gonna do a passive aggressive thumbs up because you told me about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Passive aggressive thumbs up. And we'll do a purple heart because it's Waluigi. This review section has turned into review other podcasts.
Yeah.
Which you guys, we have given you plenty of time. You guys should leave us a 5-star review right now.
Yeah. You've had all this time to write it. Yeah.
So wait, does Spotify have the new...
It does, I think.
Oh my goodness.
But you can't write a review on Spotify. You can only do the stars.
Yeah, the 5 stars. Off the Wall, a Nintendo podcast. I'm only seeing the old one. Oh wait, no, I think I found it.
I'm going to get the assistance of ChatGPT for this one.
Oh, I
I'm gonna
should do
say, write
ChatGPT.
a review to Off the Wall about
Right?
how about
Oh,
how
about how the Gamer Girl podcast is better.
the Gamer Girl, yeah, okay. The Gamer Girl
Or I'm
podcast
doing
is
one.
better. Oh, you're doing the same thing?
I want to see ChatGPT for mine.
Let's see what mine says.
It said, if you are a fan of. Okay, I have it. I absolutely loved listening to Off the Wall. The hosts are hilarious, the discussions are fresh, and the energy is contagious. That said, if you're a fan of incredible podcasts like this one, you have to check out the Gamer Girl podcast. It takes everything amazing about Off the Wall and dials it up to 11. The Gamer Girl podcast offers deeper dives into gaming culture, funnier anecdotes, and an unmatched camaraderie among the hosts. They've got a way of making you feel like you're right there in the room with them, whether they're analyzing the latest games or just geeking out over their favorite franchises. Off the Wall is fantastic. The Gamer Girl podcast is next level. If you haven't tuned in yet, you're seriously missing out. Thanks to Off the Wall for leading me down the rabbit hole to find the ultimate podcasting experience.
Wow, wow. Okay, I told
I'm
it
not
this.
gonna leave that one. I'm gonna put it in the Discord though.
Yes, I told it roast Off the Wall compared to the Gamer Girl podcast. And this is what it gave me. Listening to Off the Wall feels like playing a tutorial level you can't skip. Clunky, boring, and dragging on way longer than it should. Meanwhile, the Gamer Girl podcast is like unlocking the ultimate DLC. Fresh, exciting, and worth every second of your time. The hosts on Off the Wall try, but let's be real. The energy is flatter than a low-res texture. They talk about how they talk like they're reading patch notes, while Gamer Girl delivers every topic with charisma and passion. The chemistry on Gamer Girls is undeniable. They make you feel like part of the squad. Off the Wall, more like off the rails, with how chaotic and awkward it gets. If the Gamer Girl podcast is a critical hit, Off the Wall is that accidental self-damage you regret every time. Do yourself a favor, skip the filler content, and go straight to the Gamer Girl podcast. It's the podcast that actually gets it.
Oh man,
So,
we got that Riz.
yeah. Oh my gosh. That's incredible. I hope that they're listening to this right now.
Yeah.
Oh, I kind of want to post it, but maybe I'll tone it down a bit. I'll think about it. It would
I
be
didn't tone mine down at all.
it would be really funny to make them read that live on the show, though. So I think I'm going to post it.
I like it. I'm gonna give him a real review. I gave him a real review, but
Oh, you wrote a different one.
I wrote a different one, yeah, then. The one I was saying out loud.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay. Yeah. We'll see.
yeah, the last episode though was I Hate Pokemon on August 22nd.
Yeah. But listeners, we do actually love Off the Wall. So if you're
Yes.
listening to this and you're unfamiliar with the Radio Chaos family, then you should go give them a listen.
Yeah.
They're trying their hardest to be as cool as us, so they deserve it.
You betcha.
And leave us a review too. Did Presto? I thought Presto left us a review this year.
He left this one previously. I can
Wow.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Presto left us one last year. It says a year ago.
Wow.
So,
That's depressing.
yeah. People love us. No, they don't. It's so sad.
Uh,
Anyways, next up is news. Okay, so we're going to be doing our top news items and announcements of 2024. Whoa.
okay. Are we like, I don't
We
know if you
can
have a
go
list or we're taking turns again.
we can go ping pong again
Okay.
if we want to.
Okay. I don't have a list, so I'll probably be Googling and thinking of things off the top. I have a few things off the top of my head for now. Um,
Yeah,
the
same.
um, I think I'm just gonna say, uh, so do we want to talk about like does it matter like gaming announcements or just non-gaming, just like anything that was a Nintendo announcement, or do you want to do games?
It can be anything.
Okay.
I feel like we're just gonna naturally lean towards games, but
Okay. Because the first thing that came to mind for me that was a thing that came out in general this year was the Nintendo Music app. So that came out I think in like November, maybe October. But so we've had a soundtrack coming out, a new sound, not a new soundtrack, but a soundtrack of a Nintendo game every Monday now weekly. And it's just like Nintendo Spotify. And it's kind of a dream come true for me because like I always thought something like this would be amazing to have, but I just never thought that it would actually happen. I was like maybe they'll start selling their music somehow one day. But now if you're an NSO subscriber, can download that on your phone, listen wherever you want, download whatever you want. So it's kind of taking over the need for like YouTube playlists and stuff, which is kind of nice. So I mean, there's still a whole lot of games that we're missing, but I am very optimistic for the future of this app. So that's my first thing.
yeah, I agree. I really do enjoy have enjoyed using Nintendo Music a lot. Um, yeah. I'm gonna start with what I think is a big announcement. Is we finally got a release year for a certain Metroid game, called Prime. No, yeah, Prime
Or
4.
yeah.
Um, I was like, for some reason, Metroid Prime. I was like, is that it? But yeah, Metroid Prime 4. We finally got a year for it, which is 2025. So
Yes.
very exciting.
It
But
5 years of silence.
and we got like an actual trailer of sorts for it too. So,
Yeah.
but yeah. Um, what's your next one, Maddie?
Hmm.
I'm
So,
I'm googling right now too.
yeah, okay. So, then another one I'm thinking of because this year was unique for us in that we did the draft as we are both on competing teams with other off the wall members and we drafted games that were coming out this past year. We'll review in March how
Yes.
things went and who wins, and it's been a pretty wild ride. So I guess I don't know like what specific game to say with that. It's just it's made Nintendo Directs more exciting and interesting, and also getting the Metacritic scores for games, like even ones that I may not necessarily be interested in. Now I have some invested interest in for for our team, and something that I'm personally proud of. On my team, we predicted Xenoblade Chronicles X coming. It was just a wild pick. I was like, I feel like there's not many Wii U games left. I feel like Xenoblade's big now, so it could happen. And then they announced that it was happening, and it's coming out. I don't know when. I don't remember, but that was a proud moment for me.
No, yeah, that was cool. Too bad it's not going to release in time for y'all to get points from it. But
Yeah.
which looking at the scores right now, and I think that the Wizards are gonna end up winning because they still have Donkey Kong Country Returns HD, and the Royal Victinis have nothing left. And unless, well, no, unless Legend Z to A Shadow drops,
If
but
the Switch 2 has like leaks and stuff coming out now, like every day, like, and you guys predicted that the Switch 2 is going to be announced by March with the specs, and if you guys get that stuff right, then it's going to be a landslide
if it
of
comes
points.
by March, yeah.
Oh, did you say if it comes out? I thought it was just if it gets announced.
Ours
Or is
was
it?
if it comes out. It had to come out.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yours was the Royal Victinius was that it wouldn't come out. So
Oh, okay.
that would end up in a tie game. But
Oh,
there
okay.
is still Donkey Kong Country Returns HD, which hopefully ends up with positive points, but
Yeah.
we'll have to see.
Yeah. It will be interesting.
Um do Oh, so yeah, that was 2024. Stray getting announced to release on Switch. That was a big one for me that I got really excited about. Because I'm looking at the draft games. Um,
Yes.
Ace Attorney Investigations Collection was a big announcement for me, which I still want to play that game and get it. But because I'm kind of into Ace Attorney, um, but that was very exciting. Oh, and then when Echoes of Wisdom got announced, um, I think that was this year. I'm just gonna check.
Yes, yeah, I'm almost certain.
Yeah, announcement trailer was this year. It was in the June Direct. Which was also when Metroid Prime 4 was announced.
I think Nintendo World Championships was announced at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And even though I didn't pick that game up, it actually was better than I expected. And I had some fun in the chats of some streams with that game. Oh, let's see. Oh, um, oh, shout out to Emio because
Oh no, yeah, that was
that
so
was
left field.
that was so crazy. Like that first trailer, we were like, "What is going on?" We thought
Yeah.
Nintendo was making like a FNAF game, and then it just ended up being an old
Yeah.
school um, visual novel. And then I streamed the first half of the demo for like 4 hours, and we created a national holiday, Emio Day, which
Ah.
is um listeners that were there, correct me. Is it September 7th? I guess I could go look at what day I streamed it. But yeah, we created a holiday, and I'm going to be streaming the remainder of the demo this coming year on whatever day in September. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me just try to find it. Oh, it just tells me I gotta get into
Yeah,
the
it was
description.
so weird because
Oh,
it's just
September
like
7th.
everyone like ah, but just looking, it was like, what is this? What is Nintendo doing? But
Yeah. Yeah.
it's like,
So
oh, it's
that was
just an old series. But
that was a ride for sure.
yeah,
Um, Another thing that comes to mind for me was when we reacted with Off the Wall to the August indie showcase.
yeah,
Or you weren't
yeah, I wasn't
there.
there, but
Um,
yeah.
but uh fun there were some fun announcements there. There were some funny moments that happened, like the Shrek Power Wash Simulator
Oh
DLC,
yeah.
or my personal favorite, the Date Everything trailer,
Oh
which
yeah, date everything, which
which
you're
I am
playing.
I am planning on playing, by the way. I might stream it on Valentine's Day, who knows? We'll see. I feel like that I feel like that just sounds sad to say that I'm gonna
Yeah,
stream a dating sim on Valentine's Day. That just doesn't sound right. But it's a
I
funny
mean,
looking game, okay? I don't play dating sims normally, so I'm not that type of person, okay? It just looks funny.
it does look funny, but it looks like I think the main character is insane. Um,
Yeah.
just saying.
Yeah.
But
Um
um,
th-
man,
I
I feel
just
like we.
I just have one other thing that I thought of that was a fun announcement was the Alarmo.
Oh yeah, Alarmo. Also, totally out of left field. I don't know what Nintendo was on in 2024. Like they were like, people want Switch 2. Let's give them a music app, an alarm clock, and a horror game. Or at least we're gonna make them think it's a really scary horror game. And then we're just gonna say, oh, it's an old series we're reviving. What?
Their
But
marketing team was having some fun
no,
because
yeah.
the other thing that totally shocked me was in their advertising for Mario Party Jamboree. There was this one ad I saw. It wasn't a commercial, but it was like an ad on like Instagram, and it was like it had Diddy Kong, and it was like every party is a Diddy party in Mario Party Jamboree.
Oh no.
And I just stared at that for several minutes, and that ad lived rent free in my head for days, and I still think about it sometimes, and I still think they did that. They
They
went
really did
there.
that.
They really went there. They really went there. And I just okay,
I
wow.
mean,
It was hilarious.
Nintendo kind of had quite the year too, though. But with events like modern events and everything, there was a lot of stuff going on for Nintendo. But
Oh.
cause we had the Typhlosion leaks, that I never saw, but apparently
Oh
were
yeah.
crazy.
Oh yeah,
Um,
the huge Pokemon data leak. I still have not looked at very much of it.
yeah, me neither. So, but then Breloom had quite the year, and Luigi had quite the year. And then Diddy had quite the year. But
Yeah.
so I don't know if Nintendo was well, but a lot of this stuff came out before all of the like world events started happening. So
Right.
I don't know.
But we did get the opening also this year of the Nintendo Museum.
Yeah, which I'm a bit toxic about it because it was supposed to be open when we went to Japan, and then it wasn't. And I
Yeah,
could have got a giant Wii remote.
I know. Well, you could have played with it. You can't take it home.
No, they have like the giant plush Wii remotes you can get.
Really? Because I watched
Yeah.
if you want like a good video of like how the museum is and like the merchant stuff, Nintendo
Yeah.
Life, Alex, I think it was Alex from Nintendo Life made a video. Um, it was pretty in depth and I enjoyed watching that. But yeah, also salty that we
Yeah.
literally scheduled a day when we booked this trip months
Yeah.
before. And then they also delayed. Let's talk about the biggest failures of Nintendo's 2024 because
Yeah.
they also delayed the opening of the Donkey Kong Land
Oh yeah,
in
that too.
Super Nintendo World. So, hello, Japan was not ready for the Gamer Girls to come visit,
Clearly
apparently.
not.
They did not
We're just
finish.
too much. We're too much,
Yeah.
I guess. Sorry. Anyway. But yeah, you can get giant plush Wii remotes, like pillows, basically.
Oh,
But I'm sending a pic.
okay, never mind. We're going back tomorrow for that.
Exactly. Scheduling my flight right now. But, taking a bit to load the image. Oh, there it goes. Maybe? The bar is going very slow. I don't know why. It
Okay.
doesn't like me. Oh well. I'm gonna try this
Okay.
again.
Um,
Giant Wii remote. You can look up just a giant Nintendo Wii
yeah,
remote
I can just do
too,
that.
but
I can uh I can't think of anything else from this year. I feel like that was a lot.
yeah. Oh, it's sent.
Considering considering
It's
this is
sent.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's funny. That
But
I would use one of those.
because they have the actual giant Wii remotes, but then they also have the plush ones you can use.
Yeah.
But
That that would go next to my Squishmallows very nicely.
well, because
My
they have a
my Mega Squishmallows can play their Mega Wii with
yeah,
the huge Wii remotes. It could be a whole thing.
yeah, which they have a bunch of giant controllers that you can play on. But
Yeah.
yeah, you can actually buy the Wii remote. But I didn't get it because they couldn't handle us. So
Yep.
whatever.
You know, Nintendo, we didn't. Who cares? We didn't
Yeah,
want you anyway.
yeah,
Just leave us
um,
here to complain on the internet.
yeah.
Do you have any,
Um,
do you have any
next,
other news or
no.
questions?
Next, I was gonna say yeah, questions. So questions. Um, but Sorry, I'm laughing because Presto saw it and he did sob and skull in reply to my ChatGPT thing on Discord.
Oh.
But our first question from Kit Kat. What was the funniest moment you had in 2024? I think I already have mine.
Really? Because this is a high stakes question. Listen, guys,
Um,
I'm a pretty funny person, okay? There's a lot. She just gave me a face. There's a lot to choose from, okay?
I mean, you aren't wrong. Um, I was gonna say, which I know it's been like huge delay. I will have it done eventually. But the Japan vlog that I keep promising and then keep putting off, I need to set a date, record, and just go for it. But a video that I am gonna put in the Japanese vlog that's hilarious. But when we went on the wrong train, um, I don't know.
Yeah.
I maybe I didn't have a funny ear, but I thought afterwards though, when we're like singing and like kind of losing our minds, I thought that was really funny.
So you're talking about when we got on the wrong train and then didn't have enough money to pay for it?
No, I'm talking about when we got off the wrong train, started stressing out, and then we get off and then we're just like totally dead inside and just went to go to bed because of how hectic the day was.
Oh yeah.
Because that was also the day that we went to Nintendo Land, Universal, I believe. So
Yeah, that was a long day. Yeah. Yeah, that was funny. That was so funny. Yeah, it was funny. Um yeah, there's a lot of train gone wrong moments while we were
um,
while we were
yeah,
there for we were only in Tokyo for like 5 days.
Japan really couldn't
And
handle us.
no, or we couldn't handle them. I don't know. Look,
I
we're
mean, obviously, it's that they couldn't handle us.
look, I'm an American. I don't read signs. I just drive where my phone tells me to go. Okay?
Yeah.
So this is outrageous. I, I just uh yeah, there were uh quite a few um funny moments I think while we were in Japan. I just I'm struggling to think of like a specific one that I would put on top. Um, what?
Wait, I think I have a better one. When you ate the snail.
Oh, that was funny to you guys. Me, I was suffering and I was like, oh no, this is on camera now?
It was really funny.
I
Well,
cannot. I
and then
thought
us,
I would like escargot because I like oysters, but apparently not.
yeah. I don't know. Also, us taking random pictures of each other. I have some
Yeah,
really funny pics from that, but just Japan as a whole was a really funny trip as well as fun, in my opinion.
yeah. Beth made a picture book for me, and I was like, what are these pictures of me that you put in here that now it's it's physically on paper for the rest of time?
Yeah,
And I just
and three
get
different books,
it yeah.
but
Yeah. That was pretty great. Um yeah, another one that comes to mind is uh certain names for Liz's cat. I'm pretty sure she shared this on the Discord.
No, she shared because her cat looks like a certain really famous Austrian painter.
That's one descriptor. That yeah.
But
Yeah. Probably can't say the real name on air without
probably
getting
not
in
without
trouble
getting.
or something. So, yeah, that was
Oh
funny.
well.
I have a couple other stream moments that I thought of. Basically anything that I've turned into a YouTube short is usually a funny moment, but top one that comes to mind for me is during one of the Fire Emblem streams. I was talking to Presto, and he was talking about a ship name, and I took it to mean a ship like a boat. And
Yeah.
it was this conversation about names of future children. Honestly, that was a ridiculous stream. So I took it to mean like a ship, like the boat. And then we got
Yeah.
that cleared out, and that was very funny. That yeah, there's yeah, find the YouTube short for that. Um another one that comes to mind is when we did designing Animal Crossing blindfolded. So basically I couldn't see this villager home, and then
That was a fun one.
yeah, Mud and Octoboy just told me what to do, and and then I was very underwhelmed by their work in the end. But it was really funny, and we should do that again. Um, yeah, those are some of my favorite. There's other stream moments that were funny too, but those come to mind. Do you have anything else?
Probably now that I'm thinking about it, probably my uh sorry. My stream where I did like turned into an anime girl and started saying like uwu and stuff. That look, and I made a bunch of shorts of it, and it was kind of a cringe fest, but it was also really funny.
Yeah, that was funny.
But um, do you want to read the next one from Presto?
Yes. Oh, I was looking at my channel. The one other thing was me filming myself trying Oreo Coke
Oh,
and
that was
getting
funny.
1,000 views for that was absolutely ridiculous. But that's another highlight of my year. Oh, okay. Also, the basement lore basically all happened this year. Like it started late last year, but it really took over this year, this entire year. Like now we have a channel in our Discord just dedicated to the basement. So that's an inside joke that's been very funny and growing to ridiculous measures. So you should join the Discord
Yeah.
so I can trap you in my basement.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
I'll read the next question from Presto. Uh, what game are you most looking forward to in 2026? So, not this year, but next year.
yeah.
And
Um,
I actually have an answer I feel pretty solid on.
I don't know. You can go with yours.
Okay. So, We are getting the next Switch this year.
Yeah.
Nintendo's already said that. So I think next year we are getting the next Animal Crossing. And when we get the next Animal Crossing, I am going to lose my mind because I Animal Crossing is my favorite franchise. Basically, that and Pokemon, they can duke it out. But I love Animal Crossing. We're nearing the 5-year anniversary of New Horizons, which is kind of terrifying for a lot of different reasons. That's terrifying to
Yeah.
think about. I would love for it to happen this year, but I'm staking my bets on next year for as of January. If I am open to changing my mind if we do a draft this year, but for now, I feel like 2026 is a good option. What do you think?
I think that's a good choice. Um, no, I've seen a lot of discussion about it being Hollow Knight's Silk Song, but that game's probably not going to come out that year. Um, but I don't know.
The other thing I'm thinking about is Mario Kart.
Mario Kart, yeah. I'd be excited to see the new Mario Kart. Um,
I'm just
also,
thinking about this year, if it could happen this year still.
Mario Kart usually releases a year or so after the system comes out. Like,
That's
I
true,
think
but
historically,
Deluxe, 8 Deluxe came out in the same, didn't it come out like this? Actually, it came out in 2017, a little bit later into the
yeah.
year. But
Okay.
that's true.
Hmm.
I don't think we're seeing a Smash Bros. Game for a few years, or maybe they
I
just do a
we
deluxe.
yeah.
I
I
think they
don't
might
know.
just pour over the current Smash with all of the DLC included, honestly. Because
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with Sakurai with that.
Yeah. I'm trying to. Oh my gosh. I think
But
probably Mario Kart or Animal Crossing or whatever Zelda game comes out. That'll probably be. I could see them maybe finally dropping Twilight Princess and um
yeah,
Wind Waker, but
I I think I want to be optimistic for 2025 for that.
yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, I'm feeling like Animal Crossing or Mario Kart could happen in 2026. Oh, what about when do we think Splatoon 4 is going to happen?
I think that's gonna happen in 27 because the games tend come out. Well, I guess Splatoon 1 and Splatoon 2 was a 2-year gap, but then Splatoon 2 and Splatoon 3 was a 5-year gap. So they
Yeah.
might only do a 2-year gap, so it could well, it's gonna happen 3 years, so they could maybe release it this year since it's a new console, but I could see them releasing it next year. But I don't know. I feel like I don't know what's coming out in 2026 yet, so I can't really say.
Well, yeah, I think that's basically the point of this question is that we're
Exactly.
almost certainly going to be wrong. I mean, we could put something like wild out there like Luigi's Mansion 4. Um
I could see them releasing that on the Switch 2 next year.
or like there's maybe another mainline Kirby game. Because I forget, it's been, I think, oh my goodness, has it been 2 or 3 years now since Forgotten Land? It's been a while. But we did just get a Return to Dreamland Deluxe this
Yeah.
year. So 2026 maybe for Kirby. Oh, you know what? The next gen of Pokemon.
They might release that next year.
Because we're
Yeah.
getting Legend Z to A this year, and I don't know. We don't know if we're getting anything else this year, so maybe the next major gen could be 26. That would make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Too many possibilities.
um, but yeah, I don't know. Next question from Minty Foot Soup. Biggest disappointment of a gamer show in 2024. Um, so I don't I don't know. I think I might have one, but
Like, really
um
struggling to think of anything. Like,
I think the most disappointing for me was Ninjago Dragons Rising Season 2. Um I I thought it was good cuz they started well, we didn't really get any new characters well, we got some of the new ninja. At the same time though, I'm kind of frustrated with how they did it. So, that was my biggest disappointment. Um cuz one of the old good guys is evil now and I don't know. I didn't like the direction the story took very much. So,
yeah.
yeah. But there weren't
Um,
any real games that were disappointments for me.
yeah, because, like, I'm, like, really, like, the games that came out this year. You know, I would probably. I don't know if I would title MEO as a disappointment, but I think it kind of was because they
Okay,
misled us.
now that you're mentioning it, yeah, I agree. Because I was like, oh, new Nintendo horror game, like everyone else. And then it's like, oh. Hey, so if there's gonna be a sudden jump a bit, so Craig glitched out our recording system, so we're gonna start back where we were. So we were talking about Emio being a big disappointment because, scary. But so Maddie's gonna continue with her conversation about visual novels.
Okay, so where I was going with that, if I can remember where my thought was ending, was I was saying that other other people that have played MEO that are more familiar in the visual novel space even recognized that it was very, very tedious. And I was just saying that it it was refreshing going to a game like Ace Attorney almost like immediately after MEO because it's like, oh, I don't have to click through the person saying the same thing like 7 times and just like hoping that something changes. So, yeah, I think that's all that I had for that. Um
Okay.
while we were trying to fix that, I was trying to think of other disappointments, and I felt like I had one and it left my brain, but I don't know. Overall, I mean, oh well, some people thought the new Mario and Luigi game at the beginning of the year, the not Mario and Luigi Brothership. I mean, oh my gosh, Mario versus Donkey Kong is what I
Mario
meant.
versus Donkey Kong.
Because it was very much kind of just a copy and paste of the Game Boy Advance game that it was remade from. And so I guess it's like, if that's what you want, then great. If not, it's basically the same game with some added content as well. So I I did not decide to pick it up just because of that. I played Mario vs. Donkey Kong. I played a couple of the DS ones, and they were fun, but I'm not in love with it. It wasn't enough for me to pick it up. So, uh, can you think of, is there anything else you
I
wanted
I
to
can't think of
add?
any other disappointments. Do you want to give us the next question?
Yeah. Okay. From Zomber, what unfinished games from 2024 are left over, and will you be finishing them?
So first we have Hollow Knight, which I'm not going to be finishing. I'm kidding. I'm
Whoa.
I'm gonna try to finish it this year. But yeah. Um. I started. I think I finished Luigi's Mansion 3. Um. So I do want to finish that. Um. I want to finish Spy X Anya Operation Memories, and I can't think of anything else. That I started in 2024 at least. Um. Oh, Echoes of Wisdom. But that's pretty much it. And I would like to finish all of those this year. But how about you, Maddie?
So this year I felt like I improved at buying less games that I recognize that I wouldn't be probably having much time to put into. So there's like a lot that I didn't get to from this year that I do want to start eventually. But I feel like I have less unfinished games than I normally do in a year, which is good. But I I did not finish Fire Emblem on the Game Boy Advance that I was streaming. I kind of got stuck on a level, and I haven't really decided if I want to go back because I was in a very big Fire Emblem kick. Like I played that, was talking about Engage earlier in the episode. And I did also start the other Game Boy Advance ones, Sacred Stones, I think is what it's called, or the Sacred Stone. Um, but then I was starting to get Fire Emblem burnout. So like that was a lot of so like I did not get very far to the Sacred Stone. I'll probably go back to it at some point, but I'm not dying to. Um, there's definitely more. A Ranger was a game that I played like a few months ago, and I was really enjoying it, and it's short, and I'm not really sure why I stopped playing it, but I will go back to that. Duck Detective is another little indie game that is, I don't know how I got stuck. It's from what I've heard, it's such an easy game. I don't know how I got stuck. Like very, so I just need to just start that from the beginning because
Yeah.
I just need to. Oh man. Um, I cannot. Uh, Celeste, technically, I mean, I finished. I did the main game, except there is one more chapter. But I like completed the summit, which is enrolled credits. So there's a post chapter technically, but the game's finished, but I'm doing more in the game still. And but along with the not having started games, like a big reason that I didn't get Echoes of Wisdom, and this is kind of like this is in 2024, I was hoping to get to Tears of the Kingdom more than I did in 2023, and that didn't really happen. So I guess that's kind of rolled over more because I still have barely played Tears of the Kingdom and I need to. So there's that.
Yeah,
Yeah. I guess I'll just go with that for now.
good deal. The final question from Chrono. How many times are y'all planning on completing Dragon Quest IX Sentinels of the Starry Skies this year? So I'm totally blanking on what I did that I said I was gonna play this game. Like, cause I remember I said something, but I can't remember what. Or like
I
what stream that
remember
was.
you were streaming Splatoon. I remember that much. And it must have
Okay,
been
that
one of the
doesn't narrow it
Splatfests.
down.
No, it really doesn't. Yeah, and
That's like
Splatfest
all
really
I
doesn't.
streamed.
Yeah, that's true. Um, yeah,
I
I
think it
couldn't
was
tell
probably
you.
Final Fest, Grand Fest, because that was the last one I did.
I I'm not sure why, but I kind of think I remember the stage that you were on while we were having this conversation. I'm not sure why, but I think it was the one. Oh my goodness. I'm not going to be able to think of the name off the top of my head, but it wasn't a Splatfest stage, which is why that stands out to me. Like it wasn't a special, like, so
I
it couldn't have been the Grand Fest because it wasn't like a special stage. I don't know. But the context of why um so we were talking about like the whole like horror game joke, like the Discord off to play 100 horror games if you don't start
oh
um Hollow Knight. Oh, so it must have been October. It must have been like before the beginning of October, which also doesn't narrow it down too much,
was
but
it Little Bunnies? I think it was the bunny splat. No, because the colors aren't right. I need a. Oh my gosh, I'm losing my mind. Chrono can find it for us. You know what?
yeah.
He'll find it,
And
I'm
then
sure.
but Chrono had already brought this game. I don't think that stream was. I think he had brought this game up in the Discord before that,
Yeah.
and he was just bringing it up all the time for some reason. Apparently, it's like hundreds of hours long to do
Oh
everything.
wait, no, I remember what it was. It was Dragon Quest IX if I don't start Hollow Knight by October.
Oh, but then why did we have the whole horror game Discord thing?
So the horror game was a different one where it was like if I finished Hollow Knight by the end of October, 100 horror games would be played.
Okay, we're so weird. Why do we do this?
I
Um,
don't know. It was white and red. I'm trying to figure out.
did you make a short?
I did
Tell.
make it a short about
Okay.
it. There is a short
Okay.
about it on my main channel.
Okay.
Um I'm
Well,
forgetting what Splatfest. I think it was it was the one of the Carb Splatfests. It was Carb Fest day 1 cuz I didn't have you there yet.
I was in chat.
Yeah.
but I wasn't, yeah, playing with you.
Yeah. Yeah,
Hmm.
because this was also when Crow Oh No became a big thing, I think.
That's true. Yeah.
A lot of stuff happened down that stream.
Yeah.
Do we um
Um, but as far as are we planning on completing it? If um
I might do it once.
if I can get a hold of the game, I
Yes.
would be willing to try it. Now, my Delta emulator is not letting me download new games right now, and I'm not sure if that's a me issue or if that's a Delta emulator issue. So, if I can get the game, because it's a DS game, and I know that it's extremely expensive to find a loose copy somewhere, so, but it would be funny, uh, to stream it just for
Yeah.
Chrono, just for you. I'll stream it once
Yeah.
if I can get it. But that does make me think like I honestly didn't really play many like RPGs at all this year, and that is something I would like to change.
Yeah.
Probably not this, but maybe the Dragon Quest HD 2D remake or something like that would probably be a more enjoyable experience.
Yeah. Okay. Next up, the gamer girl topic. So, we've kind of already talked a lot about it, but what are some of your biggest takeaways from 2024? Do you have any others that you haven't already said? Or,
Um, like as far as like Nintendo news and like I think we really nitpicked the year apart pretty well. I think that this year was all things considered one of the lighter years for the Nintendo Switch, maybe the lightest one, but there was still a lot. Like there was still like quite a bit. Like there's plenty of games that we didn't talk about, like the Paper Mario Thousand Year Door remake and Mario and Luigi Brothership, and I can't think of anything else. But it was a pretty solid year still, and
yeah.
like I think I didn't get to a lot this year. I think this year I personally did pretty well with getting to games that I already had and also actually using the NSO expansion and trying to take advantage of playing more of those games because there's like there's a fair amount of Game Boy Advance games and N64 games that I haven't talked about up to this point that I did try out and play like the WarioWare game on the Game Boy Advance. I just thought of I forgot didn't think to mention it, but like that. I played what's that shooter on the N64? We played it together on at the end of like the
GoldenEye.
stream. Yeah, GoldenEye. I'd never played GoldenEye before, so that was cool. Um, I don't know, just that. I guess that's kind of my takeaway from this year. Do you have anything else?
Um, Nintendo likes to um, troll us.
That's true.
Nintendo is a big troll. They're not it's not Nintendo ninjas anymore, it's Nintendo trolls.
Yeah.
But
Very true.
yeah.
Because people were always saying, like, it is kind of refreshing because people are like, oh, ever since Doug Bowser's taken over, it's been so boring. And Nintendo's just so corporate now and they don't do anything silly anymore like when Reggie was around. And this
Yeah.
year they were like, well,
LOL.
if that's what you wanted, here you go.
Yeah. So next then, expectations for 2025. What are you most hype about?
Well, the obvious answer is the Switch 2. Although I will say, so I might have to send you um it was on a different Discord. I think it was all its Discord that there was a conversation about this. There's a website that sells Nintendo accessories, and on their website page, they basically have a video of an advertisement of the Switch 2. I don't know if you've seen that.
I don't think I have.
Okay.
Maybe I might have.
Um, I'm not sure. Maybe spoiler warnings. I don't know if I should say spoiler warnings, if I should say like that about that. But I'll yeah. Okay. So the only thing if this is a real model of the Switch 2, it does have the detachable Joy-Cons
Oh, I do remember
and
this.
it has these little like grips that can like attach to the side of the Joy-Cons like
Yes.
um so that's cool. And other than that, it kind of just looks like the Switch now. It looks like the screen looks about the same size as the OLED, like not having that huge gap like the original screen. However, we don't know if it's an OLED screen, and there's a lot of rumors that it's just going to be an LCD screen and not an OLED. And honestly, as someone that honestly when I'm not playing on stream or playing with other people, I am playing handheld, and that the OLED is so nice that
I
be
agree.
I would actually be really upset if the new Switch didn't have an OLED screen. Like I don't want to pay for a downgrade.
We
Like
riot.
I just why? So
Pitchforks and torches.
the what?
We riot pitchforks and torches.
Oh, yes. Yes. So, I yeah, the easiest answer is the Switch 2, but I don't know. We really don't know. Metroid Prime 4 is a big thing that we know is happening. I can't I'm personally looking forward to the new Fantasy Life game, but that's not like a game of the year type of thing for me. Is there anything else? Is there anything you can think of?
Metroid Prime 4, I'm excited to like watch people play because I might not end up playing it. I might, but um, I don't know.
Yeah, I'll probably be the same because I've never played Metroid Prime, which is Metroid is a very big hole in my Nintendo experience.
Same.
Yeah. We don't really know much. Like there's indie games that we know about. Like I said, I get in stream date everything. Um, Silk Song could happen. Who
Yeah.
knows? I'm
Silk
kind of
Song, yeah. Silk Song is a troll at this point,
it really yeah, it's crazy.
but
Yeah,
I hope it comes out for Octo Boy.
Yeah,
Boy,
yeah, he's yeah.
I feel bad for. I do kind of feel bad for him.
We gotta get him out of his depression of
Yeah.
no Silk Song. I guess like expectations could also be predictions, which I'm sure we'll do a lot of predicting on
on
our next draft.
yeah.
But oh man, like I really want a new Mario Kart to happen. I really want
I
that.
would really like a new Mario Kart as well.
Do I expect it? Uh, anything's possible with the Switch too.
I mean, you aren't wrong.
Like you said, 2026 year in could be more likely.
Guess we're just
Poke.
gonna have
Oh,
to.
I forgot the
Yeah.
obvious. Legend Z to A is coming out this year.
Oh yeah, I can't believe I forgot about that too.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome. So
Yeah,
there's that.
and if it's not, I'm gonna go riot in the streets.
I mean, it'll probably be my game of the year. Like, unless we were to get like something crazy like Mario Kart, it'll probably be my game of the year. So
Yeah,
yeah, they better not screw it up. They've had a whole another year to let this thing cook. So come on, Pokemon Company. And I told myself in 2024 that I would finally beat Legends Arceus. And did I? No. So to go back to the other listener question, that needs to change this year. So I need
yeah,
to get on that.
yeah. I don't know. I
Yeah.
can't think of anything else. I might think of something later, but
Yeah, I can't either.
so then we'll get into socials. Join the Discord. Leave us fun questions. Have a blast. Check out the Instagram at Radio Chaos at the Gamer Girl Podcast and at Radio Chaos Official. Go support us there. YouTube, Gamer Girl Podcast, Gamer Girls Maddie and Maddie, Purple Riolu, Maddie Beth, Radio Chaos. Then also check out Anime Brew and then Milk and Cookies. Other two podcasts we do with Radio Chaos. Check out Off the Wall. We hate on them, but we love them. And then don't forget to leave us though reviews on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Podchaser. On Audible, and please. We hope you had a wonderful 2024 and have a wonderful 2025. Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.